Don't quote me, but I think I'm live. It's quite possible that I'm live and I have light. Both of those things could be true. So, hi, hello, welcome. If you're new, I'm Erica. That's my husband, Jeff, and my co-counsel are also here. Hold on, I can show you. I'm a big boy. He's gonna go to, he's gonna go to sleep. And then big girl puppy's down there too. So, today, I'm finally going to do the horse pieces that I was commissioned to turn into marble. This won't be a long process. It might take an hour. So we're gonna have to get started, but I know a lot of you guys are asking if we're gonna carry. If you didn't know, we have an escalator back there. Not an escalator, elevator, a lift.
Oh, no. I hit the projector.
Very lost lift. Everybody still loved it. Betty, how have you been? What's up, Jerry? So, so yeah, we're going to be doing our this, and hopefully it will be what our clients have officially requested. Need more Vanilla. Just for my big boy. Okay, on to it. I'm working on an intro, but I don't have it yet. So we don't have one yet. I was sent these the other day. Couldn't tell you how it's pronounced, but they're supposed to be like resin removers for your hands. They're like the baby wipes. I'm sure they have some alcohol-based has to, right? I just got them today, so I haven't had a chance to review anything in terms of the specs and specialness of it. This is literally all the information that I have. This is what's written on the outside of this bottle, and then that's it. So we're gonna see how they work today, and if they work well, and you guys want to know more about them, then I will get the information and we'll do an actual official fish review. We did not cut these horses, but I have, since showing you guys these horses, had a lot of people asking for horses. Do you guys think we should carry horses? Let me know. So the client for this commission wants something I essentially did. I think it was right after we moved into this unit. I don't know if you guys remember, but essentially it was purple and blue swipe, and it looked like a face in the blue, like a profile. There's another, it's a true color video, and then there's another piece in that video that the client really liked. And essentially what it was is chameleons in the background, and then purples and blues and whites in abalone that sunk, and I tilted it so it looked kind of mountain-esque but also kind of marbly. So that's what we're gonna do. On that though, I had my Jasper translucent chameleon flakes, and I don't have those anymore. So I'm going to be using Dalmatian Obsession. You can find this on our website, artistilldeath.com. What's up, nom 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 nom? Melody, Nasty. This is a chameleon. It doesn't look like it's chameleon-y right now because it doesn't have a dark background to flop off of. You can kind of see it in the cap. It'll go from like this bluey greeny color to essentially a purple, but it's a blue, green, gold, purple. It's a lot of colors. It'll look more like something once I get it onto this. It looks even more chameleon-y on a black background. There's a green and blue. And I can't catch the light in such a way that it shows you the purple, but it's there. So, how have you guys been? This past weekend, I went to a girls' weekend with the girls of Jeff's family, and had 2 baby showers. And Candace got to live her best life as a water puppy. Have you guys seen that video I posted of her being a water puppy? I'm trying to find the right brush to apply this. So far, none of them are it. I want something fluffy like a makeup brush, but one that won't leave hairs behind, because I've already adhesived this using my APS Artsyville Embellishments foil adhesive. You can get this from Artistic Painting Studio. I'm pretty sure I have a code down in the description box if you want to get a super rad discount. I actually met her this past weekend. Okay, you guys see some of that? So you can see when I hold the piece up where I have kind of sketched on the adhesive, it's kind of stripy. And so I'm a little bit going over those areas, but I'm not fully filling those areas in because I also want to put some foil down. I was informed that the foil is a crackle something foil, also from APS. I wonder if it'd be a better application if I just kind of... No, cool. Now we know. Maybe if I did something like a tappy tap tap. No. Cool. So I'm just essentially trying to hit some spots. I'm okay with it not being all over. I feel bad that you guys can't really see what it looks like. Okay, there you can, a little bit on the butt. Have you guys ever used chameleons? Have you ever used the Too Faced chameleons? If you don't know, that is an ATD brand chameleon. So I'm biased, but I'm aware, and I feel like that's an important distinction for people that are biased. Some people are biased and unaware that they are biased, and that can create problems, I think. I was asked the other day how I can film live for so long and not have anyone like talking back to me, and if I feel like no, a full crazy person just chatting away to myself. And the answer is,
Are you talking to me?
no.
Oh.
The answer is, I don't ever feel like a crazy person. Just talking to myself. And also, I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys. Oh my goodness, this brush, the bristles aren't shedding. I apparently left it in the water too long, so everything around it, the wood, is chipping off and shedding. So that's exciting. Oh, you did get to see Canvas play in the water? That makes me happy. What's up, Happy? How are you doing? Speaking of Happy. Okay, so I have this one. You can see those chameleon-y stripes. I may make them a little bit more. Let me make them a little bit more. Charge my sticky pen. I'm just kind of making some of these a little bit more pointed because I was just brushing things on. That gold will not do. Still won't do. We'll cover that with everything. So these kind of, you can't see it right now because it's hard to see at any angle. A clear, sticky adhesive. So essentially I'm just kind of eye-cat type brushing this on. And this is all just underpainting. This is all just preparation for the resin. But I also can't let this sit too long because I need to add some foil to it. All right, I'm gonna set this one aside because I have another one, because these are gonna be framing a television. And so we got to make them look kind of similar because they're going to be just facing each other. This color looks so much more magical on a dark background, but it still looks pretty magical. You can put the white looking chameleons on something white and it won't be too crazy distracting. But unfortunately, the ones that present as like that brownish ambery color before it's on anything, it just will stay that color on a white background. So it doesn't really look as impressive. Just be advised. This color again is Dalmatian Obsession, and you can get it at artisttilldeath.com. These aren't supposed to really be stripes. They're supposed to be kind of eye-cat looking. But they're giving a little bit more stripes than anything else, it seems. But I'm okay with it because I think it still looks really good. Just want pops of Chameleon. And now we're gonna do the foil, and then we're gonna go back over it with more Chameleon just to kind of tack down any spots that I may have missed with this. I don't remember the name of this specific kind of foil, but it is something crackle. That's all the actual information I have. Okay, on ones like this, I can never tell which side is the side you put down and which side isn't. Some foils are a solid color on one side and then what the color that you want it to be on the other. I have to do a test. Nope. Still no. That's interesting. Oh my goodness, I have no idea which side it's gonna be. Found it. Alright, I'm actually going to go ahead and cut these into kind of pointed strips. And that's gonna save me, I said I was, but these scissors cut like a spoon. back. Hi, Polly in Colorado. Fuzzy's Tacos was amazing. Need to come back up to Colorado for another class. Pretty sure. Okay, so I'm cutting these down into pointed strips because I just don't want to have to deal with controlling the end of my, I should just use a toothbrush. I don't have one handy. I'm gonna go ahead and do all of them. So I'm doing it in kind of a strip because if I were to lay it down this way, then I have to worry about this blunt line. So if I pull it down into a point, then that's less that I have to think about. And having to think less is oftentimes a goal for me because I have to think too much. So I'm just gonna lay down these little pointed bits of foil just all the way around our awesome unicorn. My goodness, I don't know if I flipped that upside down when I set it down, so we're just gonna do that. And then essentially whatever bits don't get covered by the foil, I'm going to dust on the Chameleon to kind of soak up the rest of anything tacky that's still there. I'm so nervous that I flipped this around and didn't notice it. I guess we'll find out later in a minute. I guess I could kind of pull it to a point on both sides. It's kind of marquee shaped, and then you can put one of those just in the middle-ish. Nope. Nope. How are we gonna do this? Like that. I need more of this. Wasn't sure how much I would go through, but I didn't think I'd go through too much. Alright, I have to make sure which side is. Found it. That one was easy. Clara's the next video hopefully will drop soon, but she's been working on some pretty awesome stuff just on the side that she will hopefully talk about soon. I'm so hoping I didn't get anything mixed up and start putting down the wrong side. Horrifying. That would be completely horrifying for me. I saw some really awesome things you could do with these foils last weekend when I went to the TumblerCon. They were doing, Jen was doing like basically clothing. Well, basically, it was clothing. She was doing like some pants. I didn't even know you could do that. But now I know. Have you guys ever done foil on pants? Sorry, I'm doing another test just to, oh, there we go, ease my mind. I keep doing a test to see which side is which and then not flipping this foil. Okay, so this side's down. Now it's the opposite side. Okay, now it's correct. Correct. Alright, we're gonna put one here. Then we're almost done with this bit. This is probably the boringest bit, and I'm sorry. But I feel like when I don't do the full process, I get a lot more emails on wanting specifications on how I did things, which I have no problem with sharing. I just sometimes don't have that much time to respond. And so if I can just get it all out in one go, like during the live, then that is, I feel, better for everyone. I could be wrong. Let me know. Alrighty. Now that this stage is done, I'm just going to dust on the rest of my this to fill in any open bits, what's up Tim, voids, etc. that I may have missed. And I'm finding now that if I kind of tap the excess off before I go in for actual dusting, that I don't get those really rigid start and stop places that I was trying to avoid and didn't really know how to avoid. So save yourself the trouble trying to blend out something that you put on an adhesive, and just kind of tap off any loose powder before actually going in and doing this part. I don't know what this part would be called, because it's, I don't know. Sweet. Oh. Before you guys got here, I did paint this horse white with just a white flat interior spray paint. Okay, now I'm gonna go get a old toothbrush real quick. So if you have an old toothbrush that you can get, like when you go visit the dentist and they're like, here's a gift bag. Sometimes one of those things is a toothbrush. And if it's a thick, stiff, bristle toothbrush, then you can use it to do this. I think I should probably test it before I tell you guys that. So I'm putting the pressure on. And I think I may have lied. Where's my this? So it's gonna look like, where am I? Where are you? Like this bit. But I'm gonna fill in these places that didn't get anything with our Chameleon powder. As soon as I get all of these guys removed. Oh my goodness, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. I don't know why it makes me nervous, but it makes me a little bit nervous for no reason. I'm gonna try this one more time. Because I'm really scared that I'm going to brush into the, what's it called? Oh, it's because I had that there. Okay. I'm really nervous I'm gonna brush into my Chameleon that we already have down and make it, like, just damage it somehow. So, okay, this does work. You just have to add a little extra pressure. Ugh. It's like ripping a Band-Aid, and it makes me nervous when I have to rip a Band-Aid off. And it makes me nervous having to rip these off. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. I don't know if you guys can see my face actually cringing every time I have to. Okay, cannot remember if I peeled this one up. Did not. Oh my goodness. Not a fan of having to rip things off of things, apparently. Are you guys a fan of it? Can you rip a Band-Aid off? And people are like, just rip it off like a Band-Aid. I'm like, you rip it off like a Band-Aid. Outside. In fact, I've had to have people help me rip Band-Aids off. Did I have the wrong side? No, there just wasn't anything sticky there. Really? Alright, cool. So let's brush these bad boys down, rip them off, and then we will proceed. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to do the other one as well so I can get them looking as similar as possible. What? No. How? Why? When all else fails, use your nails. Ooh, it rhymes. That's better. Oh, good. Thank you, Clara, for letting people know where I get my foils. Really getting on my nerves with this, not leaving foil down when I pull the stuff off, people. I need this to be like side A, side B. 'Cause I'm confused. I can feel it sticky right there. Was the wrong side. Forgot about this whole tail. Nope. Have you guys ever painted horses? Oh. Keep putting the wrong side. It's fine. Bam, 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 bam. Awesome. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit more Dalmatian on this just to stick to any bits that weren't covered by the foil that we put down. Just an all over dusting, and I'm also hoping that it a little bit blends the edges between the foil and the not foil areas. Foil and not foil are both technical terms. I bet that still has a thing on it. Sometimes I can't tell that the backing of the foil is still on there until I see it from a different light. I just don't want it to be a stark contrast between where the foils are and aren't, so that's why I'm going over it again with the Chameleon. Because even where it isn't sticky, it a little bit will stick in some areas because it's such a fine, like, makeup grade powder. I don't know if it's makeup grade, but it's fine like makeup grade, so please don't put it in your face without asking specifically. All right, now we have our Chameleon horse with also some foils. Now that I have one down, this should not take long. Do you feel like that's the case when you work on, like, double pieces? Double, I don't know the words. Words are hard. But pieces that have more than one? I hope so. Oh my goodness, okay. All right. So, let's get to adding. This is probably the most boring part, is cutting and fitting foils to the piece. So I apologize that you guys are sitting here for the boring bits. Are you guys good with the boring parts, or would you prefer that I do pieces like this that have long, tedious sections, if I just do them as a pre-record and then post it? Do you have a preference? Or is it just all good? Let me know. So, Bowie has a fan in this, well, he has a fan in every room, but in this room definitely has one. And it is blowing my foils around, so I can never, I have no idea which side is which after I do the test. Okay, this side's down. And I know most people will be like, well, just turn the fan off. I would rather have to do 1,000 roadside tests than let my little boy puppy be uncomfortable. Erica, what was the name of the foil again? And so I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is. I want to say it's something holographic crackle. However, there was a lot going on at the Tumblr Con when they were telling me what it was called. So I could be very wrong. But I'm pretty sure it has crackle in it, and it is holographic, so I would assume that it will say holo or holographic in the title. Now I have to cut more of this, but not much more. The picture of it on her website looks very much like this. Okay, wait. It doesn't look as loud, but you can tell that it's holographic and that it has that crackly pattern. I got a new piece, so I have to check again. Okay. I'm trying not to make these exact in any way. I want it to be very random, but still make sense. That may not make sense, but it's what I'm thinking. I don't want to have it exactly even on anything. I don't want to have it kind of laid out symmetrically in any way, because that, believe it or not, it's actually distracting when things are perfect. You may not believe me, but at some point you're going to be somewhere and something's going to catch your eye and you're going to be like, now I understand. It makes so much more sense now. And I'm going to be like, yeah, that's what I said. And then we're going to be friends forever. So. I'm just cutting off these little edges back here to use as little fill-in bits, so I don't have to cut another piece of foil off. Because waste not, want not. Okay. I need a little bit more, but I didn't throw all of these pieces away that I pulled off the last horse. So there's where the foil came off, and then where there's foil still on it. So I'm going to use the still on it part. Find an area that's still sticky. And then keep doing that for a little bit. Not a long bit, just a little bit. I don't need to fill all the sticky spots because I'm going to put more Chameleon on. Oh my goodness, I just put those down and I have no idea if that was the right side. We'll find out, I guess, together. And sometimes I'm like, neither of these sides are the sticky side. For example, the one I'm holding right now. Okay. Now, I'm just going to put this on the top of this that I just cut off so it doesn't look like it's a hard stop right there. And so I don't have to pick it up and move it. Alright. So I think we're good. But I know I have this piece, so. Alright. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this before I put my extra chameleons down to avoid having issues. Where is this gold leaf coming from? Alrighty. I'm gonna do just some of our Tough Scrubber. What's up, Chris Moore? The puppies are doing amazing. Actually, you know what? Canvas has, I think, like, essentially a shin splint from playing so much. She played the hardest she ever has in her whole life this past weekend, and I think nothing's really hurt, just sore, because she doesn't act sore like if she's up and moving for a minute. It's just when she first like wakes up or first gets up and starts moving around. So I think that's happening. Can dogs get shin splints? Tell me I'm not crazy. Thanks, Happy. Hope you have a great day. Alright, just like the last one, we're just gonna dust it and then blend it into the, nope. Getting ahead of myself. Gotta take these bad boys off. I'm just gonna hit it with my nail a little bit to make sure it's down all the way. What's up, Chris Ensign? How are you? Oh my goodness. Apparently that was the wrong side. Nope, just nothing sticky there. Where are we gonna put this? There's some sticky here.
Whoa.
I have my first ones right there. It almost looks like it could be mermaid scales, but also it's not, it's just crackle. You have woken the beast. This pattern is just so fun looking. Did I pull that one yet? I have no idea. Where's my, this?
You don't
did.
Some of it looks like it came off and didn't come off.
That's because I didn't put the glue everywhere. So some bits aren't gonna stick, like this. It's just not sticky. What is that? I'm glad you guys are having a good day. Where are you guys watching from?
Oh, goodness.
Nope. I'm just hitting it with the back of these tweezers just for good measure. Make sure everything's actually stuck down. Yep. I don't know why it makes me so nervous to rip these off. You'd think since the Band-Aid is not on me, it would not be an issue, but it is. Ugh. Oh, that one was upside down. Nope. Got a little bit. Static today is on another level. I know I usually do let the box decide on Tuesdays, but I gotta get this done for clients, so I didn't think you guys would really mind.
Are they going to be painted?
You're gonna resin them. Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's get these foiled out of the way. Now you can see there's still a lot of gaps between our chameleons and the foils, so we're gonna do what we did on the last one and just dust in more chameleon to kind of blend those two together. Chameleons are such a fun way to kind of put something unique into a piece that's like, wait, what did I just see what I thought I just saw? And for that reason, I'm a huge fan of chameleons. Because it's usually not something that's expected. Have you guys ever seen chameleon paint on a car? I know what's happening, and every time I see it, I'm like, what? Oh. And then I remember what's happening. Sometimes I don't see the foils I left until I turn the piece around and look at it from another angle. So, pro tip. I feel like by the time I get done with this, it should be a unicorn and not just a horse, because essentially I'm making it more fabulous than most horses, in my opinion. I'm just glad I don't have to do like a face or something on it. You know what I mean? Like paint this horse to look like a horse. I'd have to send it to Clara. Alright, so this chameleon color is called Dalmatian Obsession. Just gonna put you guys Apparently on the floor. I caught you though, so we're good. So now, oh my goodness, you guys quit falling.
Alright.
Yes. Chat just keeps falling. We got him.
Chat.
I'm good. I'm okay. All right.
On my face.
On my face. I'm gonna put these over here. Just to dry a bit more. Free up some room. Wipe my hands off with my bees. We'll find out if these are better than like alcohol wipes. I'm still not gonna wipe my rings with it because I heard somewhere that alcohol, if there is alcohol in it, can damage something. Jewelry? I don't know. Who's to say? Okay. So, let's make some resin. Question, is that mica powder? Shannon, are you asking about the Chameleon that I just used? Claire, what do you mean, what are these? Massachusetts? It's a little bit further away. All right. So we're going to start with Art Coat Part B. This is by STONECOAT Countertops. I typically carry this, but I'm out. So if you would like some, go on over to stonecoatcountertops.com and use code YALL, YALL, all caps and punctuation. I think that's accurate. It's down in the description either way. I use this because it has ultra UV resistance because it's got hulls and a whole bunch of other magic razzmatazz in it. So it's going to resist ambering. And it's got a really long working time. I've worked this stuff up to 3 hours, but that's under ideal temperature, which is a dry, like 72 Fahrenheit. And it's chemical resistant, water resistant, and a whole bunch of other resistances that I can't think of without my heat gun, but it's over there. It's no VOCs. Do you guys do this when you're down to the last little bit? You kind of just rock your bottle back and forth till you get that last half an ounce. Only me? Cool. I know it's not only me. I have another open bottle of Part A. Swear I heard something like chunky land in there, which was a new sound I've never heard before. pretty sure I'm not gonna need this much resin, but better safe than sorry. And you can always use your leftovers to make coasters, keychains, any number of things. I have resined my mixer just solid. But sometimes I have to jump start it by taking an X-Acto blade and pulling it, the button, out of the resined hole. Can I say that? I don't know what you can say on social media anymore. Right. This is a nice Stoyo mixer and stand, and hopefully they have the stands available for purchase, but already right now they have the mixers on Amazon. Hopefully they'll be done with the stand soon. Alright, while that's working, I'm going to tell you guys the colors we're going to use today. First one is Color Passion Berry. This is a very beautiful, vibrant, like aubergine, words are hard, eggplant, we'll say. Aqua Sea Paste by Color Passion. Just resin titanium white, which I have in stock right now, which is rare. Bondi Blue Tint from Color Obsession, and Purple Sapphire from Resin Arts. I do believe that will be all. But you know, things change mid-pour sometimes. And you just have to do something else. You have to add a color, you have to add something. While that is doing that, you want to see the painting I did yesterday. It's still not the right cameras. We'll do this one. I'm not leaving yet. This, the bi cam, but I'm not leaving yet. B, do you know where my painting is?
I put them in the DFC.
Ah. It's a watercolor, but let me know if you guys want a video on doing this watercolor. Really enjoyed doing it. I think I'm going to add some metallics to it, but I'm not sure. It's kind of large. I may not be done with it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I be done? Should I let it live? Or should I do more things? Shit. Oh, sorry about the bad word. That just scared me. Apparently it scared everybody. You okay, Bowie? Okay. I'm going to give this a little stir because while it does mix the resin that's in there, it does not scrape the sides or the bottom of our, I almost said of our stir stick. You guys, words have been hard for me today. Smart Clara. What's up, Connie? I use your heat gun to thin the resin and get the remnants out of the bottle. Yeah, I do that too sometimes, especially if I don't have another bottle hanging around that I can use. Oh, it's okay, you can lay down. I think it scared him when the fan fell over. Yeah, I will use a heat gun to get the last little bit out as well, but since I had another open bottle, I didn't. And also because I have to do this piece and then the other horse, and so that's going to be a long time for the resin to just be sitting in a cup. And when you heat your resin, you're essentially speeding up your working time a little bit. And I need all the minutes I can get to make sure I do both courses before it starts to set up. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. Thank you for the compliments on my painting, and also not judging me for dropping a bad word. I do apologize. Oh, you want to get down? This Istoyo mixer that you can find from my link to Amazon down in the description box. It's not that expensive, and it's super great. Come on, can you get down? Can you get down? No? You can stay. You can stay right there. What was I saying? It's so horrible. If I think about it, I will tell you what I was saying. Hey Vamp! I was thinking that too, adding some metallics. Jeff just got me some metallic watercolor. I think it'd be good to add a highlight or two. Tammy's everything in resin art. Absolutely, absolutely accurate. So this mixer, which I think is what I was talking about when I forgot what I was talking about, it reverses, so it'll twist the resin up and back down. I don't know if you guys just saw it switch directions just then, but it did. It also has multiple speeds and a 3-minute preset timer right here. So if the lights are blinking, it's on a time setting, and it'll mix you for 3 minutes. So I don't have to bother Clara with how long I've been mixing something for. Also, since it's hard for me to turn mine on and off now, I try to pull it out of the resin before it's done, so it can kind of spin off any excess, because waste not, want not. And then I just let it finish dripping off in a cup on the side. It just stopped. It was exact perfect time. Man, I may not be able to talk today, but by golly, I got my times. I got my times. Oh, thanks, Clara. It makes me feel better, but still. Alright, doing some abalone shell. See, I told you. Odds are I'm going to change my formula. And it is hot over there. I'm just going to actually put it in the everything, because I have one translucent that I would be okay with having some sparkle in it, and on the opaques, you're not going to be able to see it anyways. So this is Resin Art Abalone Shell. And it is a very fine particle. It is, I guess, a modified mica. And it's just going to add, hold on, let me find, you can see it on the stick a little bit. Just ever so slightest, you can see it in there now, ever so slightest bit of sparkle. You countertoppers out there, I put this stuff in every one of the countertops I do, because it's awesome. People love it. Nope, not gonna get those yet. I'm gonna mix up these. So I'm not gonna need a lot of any of these colors. So I'm gonna mix up small quantities. That's more than small, but I guess we have to do 2 of them. Alright, so I have approximately ounce or 2 drams. You know what that means? Awesome. I don't. Oh, Claire, I'm so excited for your parents to have that moment. I know it's been hard. Okay, so this is Aqua C. It is a base cell paste. Any paste that I have that I use, I'll kind of pre-mix it in the jar of paste before I put it into my resin, because sometimes things sit on a shelf for a little while and separate. So you don't need a whole lot. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-mix this in for you guys just so you can see the opacity. For the opaques that I am using, I want them to be opaque. And for my translucents, they don't have a choice. So you can't see any bits of the stick through. It's just solid color. Alright, that was Aqua Seed. This one is Berry. How fun is that color? I'll answer because I can't hear you. Super fun. The answer is super fun. If you add your pigment to your resin and it's still a little bit translucent and it's supposed to be opaque, just add a little bit more paste. For me, I really like ultra pigmented colors. And what that means is I probably waste a lot of pigment because I add color and I add color and I add color, and it can't be any more opaque than opaque. So the fact that I keep adding color is probably wasteful. What's up, Belinda? Okay, next I'm gonna do Purple Sapphire. I wanted to do a little bit of a warmer purple as well, also one with a bit of a shimmer. So enter Purple Sapphire. Okay, so all powders I very much overload because in my weird brain that keeps them from diluting when you have a whole bunch of color and a whole bunch of heat and a whole bunch of stuff happening. When you manipulate it extra, I feel like powders tend to fuzz on the edges. I don't even know if that makes sense, but this is my favorite purple right now because it's got that kind of hot pink, violety. It has all the notes that I love about purples. It's not too dark, but it does have deep tones. And it looks like the perfect companion to my this. All right, what else? Oh, some Bondi Blue Tint. Whoop. Usually I only do a couple of drops, but this one went rogue, so I may have to add more resin to this. Melted Jolly Rancher. I'm adding a little bit more resin to thicken my blue back up because the tints are very liquid. They're like water, and when you add that kind of consistency to the resin's consistency in that quantity, it's going to thin it out a bit. So we lightened that. We thickened it back up by putting more resin into it. Additionally, oh yeah, I wanted to brighten the color a bit. When you add more tint than you wanted to, it'll darken the color, but it won't make it opaque. But if you didn't want that dark of a color, you just add more resin. Next color is Titanium White. I'm surprised it's even showing up on camera because it is a super pure, awesome white. All of my pastes just mix into resin like butter. I love these colors. Have you guys tried paste yet? I know a lot of you have, but are there some of you guys that haven't jumped onto the paste bandwagon? Because you should. Hi, you want to get down? Hold on. Okie dokie. Go lay down, Bubba. Here, you lay down right now. Alright, now that we have our colors, I feel like I want to mix a little bit of the oh my goodness, words are hard right now. Of the skim milk, or the kind of not very pigmented white. So I'm gonna add super minimal amount to what I would say is probably an ounce and a half. So now you can see the stick through it, but it's got like a milky look. Hazy. My goodness, you guys. We, for some reason, have fruit flies right now. I have no idea where they're coming from or why they hate me, but I'm gonna lose my mind with a fruit fly. You guys had run-in with fruit flies before? / what did you do to get rid of them? I need a tutorial. I tried all the home remedies that I know of. Alright, let's get going. So, I'm essentially going to grease the pan with my abalone shell mixture. And it almost feels warm for some reason. I don't know how old that bottle was that I thought maybe a clump fell out of it. So it may have been sitting there for a minute. So I'm gonna move pretty fast to get all the color out and onto the piece. I don't need this setting up before we get to the other one. Hope I didn't grab a quick coat. It is strange for it to be warm at all this early. But I'll figure that out later. So, I have a full flood on here, and that means I have clear resin over the entire piece. And it's not a skim coat, it is a layer of resin. I do that because I want that to be the main coverage, and then the lines that we add are going to be kind of gliding across the surface. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to turn this to face me for some reason, just so I can get the feel of it, but I'll turn it back around to you guys as soon as I know what I'm doing. If my memory serves me right, I've essentially applied the colors like mountains. Also, if I don't like this, I'm just gonna do it over. I think that is essential to have that mindset. If I don't like it, I'm gonna do it over, right? Right. In my head, anyways. Thank you, Trisha. Hey, Dee, how are you doing? And thank you. So some of these I'm gonna just follow what I have, and some of them I'm going to make a new design. If I was gonna do this like my other marble pieces that I've done lately, this would be way too much. However, I'm not doing that. I'm doing, oh no. I'm gonna let these colors be on here and sync, and then I'm going to tilt it. Okay. So I feel like I don't need to wait too long for this to sync. So what's happening is not yet. The pigment, nope, the resin that has, where'd it go? The resin that has the paste in it, particularly the opaque ones, are heavier than just the clear that we have in there that we flooded initially. So I'm giving it a second for the paste to sink through the clear that we have. Beauty! So hopefully it has sunk. Yeah. So now everything is kind of stretching a little bit. Now we're going to tilt it back up the other way because all of these colors that hit, nope, all of these colors that kind of are right here have grabbed on, and I can now stretch them even more going backwards. That purple sapphire, I swear, there's not another color that can compare. Glenda, I have those little gimmicky apple things you can get on Amazon that's supposed to help, and it has apple cider vinegar in it. Maybe I don't have enough of them. Maybe that's the problem. Gonna just tilt it back up this way, and then we're gonna do the second one because all they wanted was some light marbling on it, and I think that it's really electric in this camera, so I'll do a true color video, but I like what we got going on right now, but I do need a little bit more of this. And we'll just tilt that around in a minute. I'm gonna take this to the dust free zone, which I love. It's only right here. Round 2. Oh my goodness, what if I did both of them the same, and so they're just both facing the same way, like spoon style? Wait, where are you? Nope. You know what I mean. Like that. And they're supposed to be like facing a TV. That would have been bad. I would feel bad. Nothing's that bad because you can always redo them, right? Right. Oh, the dish soap. Okay. I don't think I put the dish soap in it. What's up? Fabian? Fabian. I'm pretty sure we have this discussion every time I see you. Sometimes you don't know how people want their vowels pronounced. I'm gonna do the dish soap thing. They've gotten to where they aim for my eyes. And so it's super frustrating. Alright, we've got full coverage. Oh my goodness. Get out of the resin. The cool thing about doing artwork on like shaped pieces is that most applications look pretty good because there's so much going on that isn't resin related, that's just the design, so like this shape. And so for me, I'm less, what is it, trepid? No. Tepid is water, but maybe it means the same, like same application. Makes me feel better when I do a piece on something like this, because I don't have to worry about really what it's looking like. Really. Because you can just move them around together. Thanks, Trisha. The lines can be wider, but this is a specific request for a client that saw a piece that I did forever ago and liked. Oh my goodness. That Fabian. So Fabian is actually who commissioned these. I'm so sorry. I had no idea what your handle is. You want the lines wider? Okay. You can absolutely do wider lines. Typically I don't do too wide of lines because then it'll take away from the background a little too much, but for you, we'll do all the wide lines you want. I'm out of my aqua color. I didn't anticipate doing that wide of lines, but not a problem at all. So now we need to let this settle again. Canvas.
Come here.
Okay. I'm gonna let this sink. Doesn't look crazy fancy right now, but just you wait. Of course it's possible. Oh my goodness, man, you're so right. That Saved by the Bell. Ooh, those the gas station cups. You guys, I know you know what I'm talking about. You have to remember the gas station cups that looked essentially like this. What's that bug? Not all of it has sunk, but a lot of it has. I'm trying to tilt exactly crossways from the lines that I added. Something Jeff told me a long time ago was, when all else fails, super tilt, and he is not wrong. I find when I'm having frustrations with a piece, if I just tilt it around a bit, it always comes to fruition. And yes, this does run a lot of your resin off the piece. However, you guys do some smush coasters. For some reason, yeah, I know I gotta match the other one. I'll pull it as soon as I'm done. Spinning this one around a couple times. Got a bare spot right there. You can't see it in the video, but there's so much depth in this because we added such a thick, the clear, the abalone, because that was so thick. Even though we tilted, it is casting a shadow, and I love it when resin does that. I'm gonna take this over to the dust free. Now we have our first. It is very much more plain than the one we just did. So I'm mixing up a little bit more Aqua Sea. And because I already have such a pigmented color in here, I don't really have to add any more paste to it. I'm trying to go over the same areas to thicken the lines. Can make it. All right. Anytime I have a chance to add more purple sapphire, you don't have to convince me. I think it'd be great if I tell everybody that I do a commission for to tune into the lives while I'm working on them so that I can get like real-time feedback. Because I've done that to the last couple of commissions that I've done. The countertop and Bay Minette. This one, and there was another one. It just makes things easier, I think, if I can ask what someone thinks as I'm doing it. What do you guys think? Think that's a good idea or a bad idea? I can definitely see how that would be a bad idea for some client. That would not be for all clients. There are some that you just don't want to give too many, you don't want to give too much, not control, but input, that's the word. You don't want to give too much input because sometimes clients' ideas are not, I don't want to say they're not good, because they are good, but sometimes they're just feasible. Fabian, yours is, you have great ideas. I'm not talking about you, but some. The lines will shift some while it's drying, yes. Gail, are you talking about the horse shapes or the colors? I'm gonna hit it with some heat. And start the tilting process. The horse shapes. I'm getting some cut, so they should be on the website whenever my builder brings my next order. It shouldn't be too long because he hasn't delivered in a week or so, so I'm due. Tilting resin, or I guess acrylic as well, there's something about it that I really like. I think it's because it's so fluid and it glides so kind of peacefully, even if it's fully chaotic, even if it's not what I'm trying to create. I still find it to be very like zen. Like if I were gonna meditate, I would do it to either the ocean or resin being tilted. Yeah, Fabian, I'm not gonna worry. I don't ever worry about the sides while I'm doing the piece. I always do it in post. I feel like it needs some blue up here, but I'm like, that was a little bit more of a swipe than anything, but still gonna tilt it. All right, it's really hot on the camera for some reason. It hasn't adjusted, so the colors are not quite as crazy, but close. Got those deposited in the dust free zone, and I have some resin left over. Let's do a couple smushes. Just had to grab some coasters. All right, so let's mix up a little bit more of our aqua sea. More purple sapphire because it's everything. And the white. These are going to be our main colors. And then pick a little bit more of the berry. Just because we have it. Right. I'm just gonna change gloves, if that's okay. All right. So, if you've never done a smush before, it's amazing. And essentially all it is mushing a substrate, whether it's a coaster, a painting, a tumbler, a cup, whatever, into a pile of already poured colors. In this instance, it's going to be aqua, purple, and white. I really like doing smushes because it takes the worry, takes the thought process really, and the kind of crazy semi-uncertainty out of working with fluid art mediums. And you just press something into it, and usually, honestly, you get a piece that you can be pretty proud of. That's just from my experience and what I've seen with other people. So I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to turn you guys back around over here. So I'm going to take all of this mess and kind of scoot it to the center. Isn't that fun already? You guys can't even see that. Oh my goodness, I feel like one of those squeegee artists that like puts paint down and then they squeegee it around and then it is Daffy Duck or something. I know you know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. Alright, then while this does look wasteful, it's not. It's gonna be amazing. Just you wait. Really, there's no rhyme or reason to where you put these colors because we're going to smush them all together anyways. So, here we go. We're going to take our regular MDF, nothing on it yet, coaster. I'm just going to smush it into this corner. Ugh. No, it's about a corner. Okay. How fun and beautiful and vibrant is this? I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have just done this. Just putting color on a something. Nope. But with a smush I can. We've got some cells popping up. Alright, where am I gonna put this? I'll put it here. Next, let's go in the same spot and see what we get. Similar, but not exact. So it's like in the same coaster family, but not the same, right? There's a lizard on the loose in your house. Good luck. If Canvas was there, she'd chase it for you. Okay, so the difference in a paste and acrylic paint is acrylic paint is water-based, and resin doesn't like water-based anything. So just off the top, you're gonna be able to have like more forgiveness if you add too much paste into your resin, as opposed to if it were acrylic paint. Because if you had too much acrylic paint, it could set it off and make it basically a science experiment, just accidentally. Really like this one. Also, the colors are a lot more vibrant, in my opinion. I mean, we've done a lot of pieces with acrylic paint back in the day, and they turned out okay. But I find I have a lot more success with paste, ultimately. What am I missing? Oh, mixing the colors are easier. You had a bear open your door and stroll into the kitchen last summer. We're moving. We're moving. What do you mean we just paid the house off? That's great. We're moving. Man, I just put my finger in the middle of it. I had to double smush that, but that's okay. Still looks fun. Jeff and I have been watching Alone lately. I think it's on the History Channel. And they just put, it's like Survivor, but for real people. Like, people that aren't like IG famous. And they have to run in and mess with and meet with and finagle with bears and wolves and a whole bunch of animals that I'm like, that's a choice. So even after you smush this, you can still tilt it and swipe it and do a whole bunch of other things to it if you smush it and are like, something could change. So if I just heat this a bit and tilt it, it gives it a little bit of a different look. Floater. Cute. Alright, let's do like just a design type piece. What are we gonna do here? Do mostly white. This is a skim coat. That is a thin layer of resin painted across the surface of your piece. Okay. We're gonna do a swipe because I haven't done one in a couple minutes. I wish I had more of this blue, but that's fine. Where's my this? What brands are best quality wise or reaction wise? They wanted cells, what would it be? So, fun fact, I'm going to use a base cell paste and one of my dry pastes. The Color Passion pastes are base cell paste, and if they are under another color, then they give you cells pretty easily, in my opinion. So I'm just going to swipe this purple sapphire from Resin Art over the Aqua Sea from Color Passion. And by manipulating one color over another, you can create cells. Now, not all pastes are created equal. Some do different things. I'm just talking about Color Passion base cell paste reacting with other brands of the same, other brands of paste. I'm sorry that's blurry. No? This usually works best when you have a paste that is not a base cell over a base cell paste. So we'll see if this works like I want it to, but essentially they're starting to pop up just there. So I'm gonna set this aside and let it do what it's gonna do, and we'll check in on it. I do have a few videos on the different kind of pastes and what they'll do and what you need to do to avoid certain things. I do believe that it is on YouTube still. Yeah, it's on YouTube. This is my milky white and the Bondi blue. And some purples and the white, the opaque white. How fun is it when it just goes brrr? Technical term. Do you have a heat gun in your Amazon? Jerry, it should be on there. It's just, I don't know if Amtake is still, I don't know if they're on there anymore currently right now, but it's an Amtake heat gun. Pretty sure I have a few of them. Oh my goodness. It looks like a layered watercolor. I call this something. Abstract florals. How beautiful is that? Can you even see how beautiful that is? Look at all the depth in that. This awesome blend from the milky white color that we made with the Just Resin titanium. Just a little bit watered down. And this business right here. Okay. I want to do a whole painting like this now. I don't even know what to do with my hands. I'm so excited. Even that looks fun. I'm so excited right now. Irises, that's the word I was looking for. Irises. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so whoever's calling me on conversations, I'm sorry I can't answer. To be fair, it's probably spam, because that's all that calls me. Okay, so I need to put more of the blue. I mean, it's still very depthy in parts. You can see the colors just roll over each other when I tilt it. Do I have any? Yes. Okay, wait. So, all the things that I like, okay. I have to like think in layers. So what I put my coaster on is the white that's behind there and some of the purple, and then there's blue and then the milky white. So I have the milky white, and so I need the blue here. And then I can put the opaque white and the purple. Alright. This is called testing a theory, or discovery of proof of concept. Have you done anything on your Texas straight cradle boards? I have done geodes. I think I did a couple of not geodes. Okay, that's more like it. It looks like it's just laying over. Wait, okay. It looks like it's just laying over and it's like textured, but it's not. It's perfectly flat. It's just because of the depth that it looks like it has kind of a 3D texture to it. And if you didn't know, I'm loving it. Now cells are starting to pop up in this one. Very small. I haven't hit it with any heat since we did anything to it, so. I'm out of coasters. Okay. I'll be right back. Have you been sitting there all this time? All right. I guess we can just put everything we have left on here for our last 3 coasters. Boop. Thank you, Clara. I definitely have the best mods in the biz. I have the best viewers in the biz. I know probably every channel tries to say that, but let's be honest. We win. Oop, almost threw my stick away. I may have to go get like 1 or 2 more coasters, but maybe we can make this a thing. Maybe I'll re-smush some of these other ones. Because some of them are a little bit paisley, a little bit busy. All right. There. It's the easiest thing, right? To do this. They always look so unique and so awesome. This one has a lot of resin on it, so I was trying to tilt it off a bit. Love. I'm running out of room. Sorry if you're calling me. Even this I like. I'm gonna try to pick it up not like I have been. Maybe we'll give it a swirl. Different. Bowie, calm down. Love it. These remind me of a bubble wrap dip. I don't know that I've ever done a bubble wrap dip. Sounds delicious. Yeah, the colors are amazing in my opinion. Oh, now it's starting to get a little bit muddy. The colors aren't so like individual. So that may be our last one. Let's just re-dip just for good measure. No, even more mud. But that's okay. That is okay. We're going to leave these here. Except for this one's going in the dust free zone because it's my new prized possession in life. And it is going to be, do you see a face here? Like, that's an eye, and that's an eye, and that's a really long nose, and a super sad mouth. Can't be just me. So I'm going to be doing a painting based on this piece. for sure. Because I love it. Okay. I'm just going to leave all of this here to dry on its own. Because our cats live with my mom now, and I can leave resin out, and the dogs are not going to get up here to step in it. That I know of. Could happen. Could happen. So, Prime Day is coming. Please use the link for ATD when you purchase. Yes, so if you purchase from Amazon, which who doesn't? If you use my link that's down in the description box to get to Amazon, whatever you purchase while you're there, whether it's something that I recommended you get or not, I still get credit. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps to fund my very small business, and I really need your help. The pups have come to say hello. You should totally do it in resin. Hi, babes. Are you come up? And make sure I'm not sticky. Okay. Yep. If you don't know, this is my big boy. His name's my Bowie. Big Bowie. Nope. No kisses to the face. But if I have my elbow up, I'll get after it. And that's my big boy. Flash, comma, the director. Come here, Miss Man. Ugh. This is my big girl. Kiss. You big girl. She is a crazy person around water, I just found out. But I loved it. Loved watching her play in water. Any tips for getting resin off your skin? So, but now, I just got these. Trying to get it to focus. BEIRT. Could be a C. MHAC. No idea what it stands for. They sent me an email, and this box came right before we went live, so I didn't have a chance to fully read the specs on it, but I figured why not try it and see what goes on. Well, I don't know if you could see now. I should have showed you before I wiped it off, but I had resin right here. How about this? Where are you? There you are. Resin. One wipe. And I would have thought, even if that was on me for just a minute, that it would have stained. So either I'm wrong or this stuff is really good stuff in it. I want to say it's like biodegradable, so it's better for the environment, or something about it is better for the environment. Can't remember exactly what it said, but I will be reading my email, and tomorrow on our 6 p.m. live, I will give you more information on it. I feel kind of sticky, and I don't know if it's these. Like, it's not resin sticky, it's like, for those of you who have makeup and wear a primer, it's not sticky where the resin was. It's just sticky in other areas. Oh, well, no. Now that it's dry, it's not really sticky. I'm going to wear it, see what happens, and then on tomorrow's live, I will show you guys the result, or tell you guys the results. Because it's still like damp on my flesh, so I can't tell you. And it cleans off my stir sticks really quick. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get more information on the wipe. Well, no, I'm not sticky anymore. It was just while it was, that's weird for it to be minutely tacky while it was wet, and now that it's dry, nothing. I'm gonna have questions for them. Hopefully they'll get back to me before tomorrow's live at 6 p.m. Central. Don't miss it. And if you want to go ahead and check these out before class tomorrow, feel free to. It is BEIRT or C MHAC, mixed media. Unless that first symbol is a letter, I don't know. Has anyone made a mosaic after leftover resin and grout? I know Clara's done mosaics. I don't remember if it was, I think it was resin pieces, but not leftover. But I know some people will take the skins and make something like a layered piece. I haven't done that, but I can if you guys are so interested. So, if there's nothing else, thank you to all the brands that we carry. You can find them all right here. Boop, 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 boop. And thank you to you guys for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Because you're here, you may as well subscribe. It's not like it costs you anything. And it helps me out. If you can, leave me a comment in the description box. Not the chat, after this video post, because it shows YouTube that I have engagement with my viewers. And thank you guys to everyone that watches the commercials, that stays for long periods of my videos. It helps so much. And you guys are amazing. I hope you have a great Tuesday. I will be moderating tonight's live on Rhonda's channel, RK3 Designs, at 7 p.m. Central. Who knows what she's gonna make? I'm sure it'll be awesome, and I'm sure it'll be some countertoppy thing of some sort. Watch her do something like, watch her do an actual wall painting, because I said she'll be doing a countertoppy thing. She won't, but watch that happen. And yeah, I have to go do a million things. Also eat something, because I haven't today. I hope you have an amazing day. Be kind to one another, because you never know what someone's going through. He's not going to say it. He's busy on the TikToks. So always remember that we do the test, so you, forgot where my camera was, don't have to. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. You say bye? Didn't say bye. No, say bye. Did you? Did you? You're the biggest, bestest boy.